Hello. Hello, everybody. Oh, all kinds of things happening right now. Greetings. Didn't actually invite anybody this week from the Facebook, so once I unlock it, it'll go live. It's on my page already. But we'll get this going on both the personal and for those of you who are popping on YouTube, hello. Just taking care of all these things. Wow, it's like very bright and my light is not responding. Oh, joy, that's really fun. That's really fun. Oh, let's see if we can get that going a little bit. All kinds of different things happening, interesting, Mercury retrograde things are happening. Say hello as you pop on. I'd love to hear from you and see how you're all doing as I make just a couple of adjustments here. I don't know why it's acting very funky today. Everything is acting very funky today. People are acting very funky today. Technology is acting very funky. The cats are the only thing that are not acting funky today. And so I am very grateful for that because those cats keep me in line every single day. So that is what is happening in my world. But what's happening in your world? Love to hear. Um, hmm. So welcome, folks, on this TGIF Insight Live on the 15th of March. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Insight for the Curious and Enlightened. I'm your host, Debbie Tatel from Spirit Light Insight. I am a clairvoyant, an energy healer, spiritual teacher, a guide. I'm focused on sharing insight, guidance, and inspiration for the human spirit. So this week's Insight for the Curious and Enlightened is inspired by the upcoming St. Patrick's Day celebrations so that we can celebrate and tap into our own resilience and peace and strength and love. In our meditation at the end, we're going to do something really special because we're going to be doing an Emerald Isle Shamrock meditation. And we're going to connect with a new vibration of light within as we also connect with our strength, our power, our grace, and also create a healing space for others. This is going to be a really kind of a group healing in its entirety, but it's really for all of you because the more we can tap into these different vibrations and use these different colors, and I'm wearing green, actually, full disclosure, this is like the only thing I have that is green. So, well, not the only thing, but mostly green. So welcome to everyone who is here. How's your growth period? I'm gonna just ask that question, and as you ponder, and you can answer. We're starting to get the hellos to come in. Hey, happy Saturday in New Zealand. Happy Saturday, Angela. I love it that you're here. Hopefully drinking coffee or something nice. I'm just drinking water in my pretty cup. Mostly because the cats knock over everything, so you always see me with a straw. But how's your growth period? Because I will tell you, my growth period has been one of dispelling myths and shining a light on truth. I have had more questions, sort of questioning tools, questioning clairvoyance, questioning our that once you learn something or you do something, then it just poof, like magic, makes your life perfect and all of that. And it's been great to kind of work with those energies, because then I was able to look within myself to see what are my perfect pictures, what are my myths or illusions that I'm still holding on to. So this has been really a fun opportunity for me this week, albeit super challenging. Um, and even with the myths and everything, it's like not about hitting people over the head, but gently guiding them past their anger and resistance to see what's there. That was really, hi, Mom. Mom's here. Hi again, because I talk to her every morning. Um, but it's honestly, I've worked with a lot of people who don't know themselves. And that's real. And Lily is agreeing with me. She's over there. I don't know if you can hear her, but we are really, there's so much that we all need to get past. We're all growing, we're all changing, and there is no such thing as one and done, or we'd be transitioned. We'd leave this lifetime. We wouldn't even bother with this lifetime if we had that perfection. So everything we talk about here is a learning experience, and there's no absolutes. I'm not here to prove anything to you. In fact, prove it is like a competition energy as far as I'm concerned, because we have to prove what is right or what is wrong, or in that way. So there's no prove it here. When we're in a proving space, right? If I begin to, start, well, I'm going to prove this to you. You know what? Maybe you don't see it the same way I do. And that somewhat comes under the ego space as well. Hope that's making sense to you. Spiritual techniques are never to make us perfect or separate us from others. Spirit is oneness, it is love, it is grace. And as human beings, it is also resilience. Yeah. Meditation and everything we're doing here is not for solving problems. It's for bringing us back to ourselves and peeling back the layers of what's been holding us back and giving us clarity. So we're looking at all of those things, and we're going to be looking at those things today as well. Hello, Tammy. Welcome. Tammy's saying hello. Nice to see you. I love when people pop on here. This is always great. So in addition to all the things I've been noticing, like sort of for myself and just people, well, one of the biggest things that I'm noticing is that people have these big, tough, burly facades. Everybody got to be a tough guy or a tough gal. And the bottom line is, when you actually look at them, sometimes all of that is a facade, and you see a very sensitive human behind there that is just trying to get through life. So I encourage you to even look within and find that space within yourself. Yeah, what is there a facade up there that says you're a tough guy, you're a know-it-all, you're a this, you're that, whatever that means to you, and just kind of let all of that go and just shine from every place that you are. One of the beautiful things that happened this month, or well, actually this month, this week has been like a month for me. How's everybody's time frame? It's really weird. In spirit, there's no time or space, but my God, as human beings, we exist in time and space, and mine has felt like a whole month long. But this past week, my clairvoyant students did their first sort of real reading, where they were reading each other and not just a thing, visualizing a thing out in front of them. And they all opened up for their own self, their own process, and to find their own answers. And what's so incredible about this is that I watch people, and there's just nothing more fulfilling than to kind of watch a student who says, I don't see anything, and they're panicked and they're frightened. And you could just see it written all over their face. They're trying to get it right, get it perfect. And then I just give them assurances. Well, what do you see? And when they say nothing, I said, well, what color is it? They're like, well, I just see black. And I explain to them they're seeing black. And then 2 minutes later, they're like, wait, I see a horse. I see a horse coming from behind, and you're on the horse in that past life. And they start describing this scene wherever it is. In this case, I think one was in China, and somebody was traveling, but there's always a theme. And it is such magic to watch them as you can actually see people looking and opening up to that space. It was just so magical to see people move past their fear of getting it right and then just give themselves space to see what they see. I spy a kitten behind me. That is the challenge with having a one-bedroom apartment and not have a separate room. My cats get to experience this, which is amazing too. So that was kind of my week. How's your week? How's everybody's growth period for you? Are you noticing a lot of resistance in the world? Are you noticing a lot of roadblocks, slowdowns? Let me tell you, this is going to be a gnarly, I can already tell, Mercury retrograde. I don't blame the planet in any way, shape, or form, but I'm aware of it. And boy, it's like Mercury's waving and going, hey, I'm retrograding and it's slowing down, and too bad, so sad for you. So that's great. You get to be who you are. That's great, Tammy. So Tammy's saying she's having an awesome vacation in Colorado. It's been great meeting new people. Many times, and I don't know if you noticed this, when we go on vacation, we are just ourselves. We're relaxing. We're trying to gather our energy and everything. And as a result, sometimes when we meet new people, like nobody has an expectation, so we can just be who we are. At least I find that with me. I am so much more myself when I'm on vacation, than having to meet the demands of the different things. Yeah, so that's great. Congratulations on that, and happy vacation. Wow, I need a vacation after this month-long week that I've had. So yes, we are in the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. It starts for real April 1st. I said it last week. I'll say it again. No fooling. So is it 4:44? It is. Where Tammy is 4:44. Here it's 5:44. So yeah, but angel time. It's angel time somewhere in the world. That's the important thing to know. So we are definitely in the slowdown. We're definitely feeling it, and you may start to feel it as well. So, and part of me, I can no longer say that I never get sick, because I'm now sick. Well, it started kind of the beginning of the week, and I have this little weird cold, and I, honest to God, have no idea where I got it, other than I've been showing a lot of real estate lately. The clairvoyant realtor illuminating your way home. That might be my new little slogan. I don't know. What do y'all think? Illuminating your way home? Could be. Hi, Janet. Welcome. Nice to see you from California. Aren't we having some crazy weather all over the place, though? Yeah. Some folks are messaging me about that. So I got my green on, and I'm going to clear my throat, so I'm going to mute for just a second. I'm going to absolutely hope I can get through this. What I hope is going to be an amazing meditation, because it's going to be very special, and we're going to really wrap up and bring our energy back to us. So this weekend is St. Patrick's weekend, and I know that not everyone is Irish and not everyone even knows about St. Patrick or anything like that. But it is said that on St. Patrick's Day, everyone is Irish, and there's the luck of the Irish, and there's all the things they say about St. Patrick's Day, which has turned into this. I know in Chicago we have a huge Irish community, and so it's a big deal here. We have parades and all of that. But what I'm about to talk about, I just want to say it might be St. Patrick, but this has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with what you believe or don't believe. We can find inspiration everywhere. And so I found a little inspiration reading up on some fun facts about St. Patrick and kind of tying them into some of our struggles as we move through the world. And again, oh, it's huge in New Zealand. I did not know that. Do you have a big Irish community there? Because and I'm going to talk about this, that St. Patrick's the patron saint of Ireland, but I didn't even know that there was or is it just celebrated? It's huge here in Chicago. We have all kinds of things going on here. But here are some really interesting facts. So first, and I just said it, St. Patrick is the patron saint of Ireland. Very popular kind of guy, as it were. But even what I didn't know until I started to kind of read up, he wasn't Irish. He was actually born in Great Britain. But at the age of 16, Patrick was taken a prisoner by a group of Irish raiders who was attacking his family estate, which is amazing. And they transported him to Ireland, where he spent 6 years in captivity. And it was very apparently really lonely for him. And that's kind of where he found his faith. But what is so amazing really about that is someone that at 16 years old has enough hope and resilience in their own world, whether it's to find God or communicate. It was a very lonely existence. I mean, can you imagine at 16, what that would be like? And so there's a little bit of inspiration there. Another little fun fact, I think, is that St. Patrick was never canonized as a saint. He's known as the patron saint of Ireland, but he was never actually canonized by the Catholic Church, because at the time when he lived during the first millennium, there was no formal canonization process. So he was basically just kind of proclaimed a saint by popular acclaim. So I didn't know that. So I find that very interesting. And apparently, another interesting fact from Angela is that apparently there is a large number of Irish living in New Zealand. So isn't that interesting? So also St. Patrick experienced visions and miracles, which of course, that fascinated me, all of the things that he kind of had visions and talking angels and things like that. But interestingly enough, many of the stories traditionally associated with St. Patrick, including the banishing the snakes. I like to believe he did that. Like, I do, but apparently it's false. Apparently, most of these stories are products of hundreds of years of exaggerated storytelling. And Lord knows I am a storyteller and I know how to craft a story. And it's interesting to me that stories after time, they grow and they grow and they grow, don't they? And they kind of lose their, kind of what was original, and we just pile on. Well, you know what? It's the same with energy and what we tell ourselves. We just keep piling on and piling on and piling on the stories until finally we think it's the truth about ourselves. So you see how I'm weaving this in, that there might be some similarities with St. Patrick. So a lot of Irish people in New Zealand. My mom's saying, "Don't forget we dye." Yes, of course. I was going to talk about the we dye our river green, but then we're so weird in Chicago that we actually reversed its flow. That's another thing you might want to Google at some point. So that's incredible. Actually, I should do a whole show on that. I could tie that in as well. But we do dye our river green. Angela's saying. Grandchildren's school celebrates St. Patrick's Day all day, having sports. Oh, everyone bakes cakes with something green in it. And gives it all day. I think it gives it all day. That's amazing. Richard is here. Nice to see you, Richard. Oh, it goes on all day until school finishes. How nice, like a sports event, and it's a celebration here, and there's some highs going on. But this is what happens with our stories, right? We tell ourselves stories. It's like kind of a belief. We have this thing in our mind. Have you ever seen a TV show where something happens and then they show the individual characters and their perspective and how it's all different, and there's only kind of what happened according to each person? Yeah. But when we're storytelling, and especially when we've got a saint who we love, we just embellish those stories until they become bigger than we are. So these are just some of the facts about the man who is celebrated on March 17th. And by the way, I think I was reading that they don't even know where he died. Or exactly when. Sorry, this is my clearing my throat again. So yeah, these are just some fun facts. But here's an interesting thing. It's interesting that the energy around really someone who was 16 and held in captivity and till he was what, 22, if my math is right, when he finally escaped, and then he went to religious school and all of that. And it doesn't really matter, what religion you are. You have to give a lot of credit to the resilience of a 16-year-old who then connects with God and is communicating with spirit without realizing it. Yeah. So it's interesting. And yes, the connection got lost. It always gets lost because our connection is direct, despite what some religions will tell you. But the way I see it is, if you can connect with God and the God of your heart, and we are all connected with that, but however you do that is good for you. But it is sort of a lost connection in that space. But all of it is so interesting that we have these big parades, and I don't know about other places in the world. I love that they do that with the kids in New Zealand with the sports games and everything like that, probably football, and at what they call football in New Zealand, we call soccer here. But here, and my mom brought it up, we turn our river green. We eat corned beef and cabbage, which, by the way, I believe they ate that because in Ireland, because it was a cheap cut of meat and cabbage was readily available. Yeah, so we eat corned beef and cabbage, and the beer is flowing. But here's what's really funny if you think about it. All of that is more like the pagan celebrations of old, where there were great bonfires and feasting and raucous activity and people dancing naked around the fire, having crazy sex. I don't know. It seems a little similar with some of our St. Patrick's antics. We have pub crawls here. They have buses that go, and by 10 a.m. people are drunk. So I lock myself in my apartment and do nothing on that day because I kind of live close. But I hope that you're kind of getting a sense of why, despite how we celebrate and honor this, I think that's really gotten lost as well, right? So when I was reading about St. Patrick, I just found the story very resilient. And I can't even imagine that you're held in captivity and you have to work and live outside and you're not being cared for, and yet you're resilient and you find peace and you find faith and you find God. You find spirit. And of course, visions, he had a long time to meditate while he was in that space as well. So we here are all very resilient as well, probably more than we think. Think about the times when you've gone through some tough times and it's been a rough go. Yeah. You got through it. I was talking to a student. Was it a student recently? It was someone. Oh no, it was in the student readings where there was some warring going on and a lot of military things happening, and the moral of the story, or what they were talking about, was that this too shall pass. We have to always remind ourselves this too shall pass. And that was from reading a past life. So that can be, one of your mantras, this too shall pass. But we are very resilient. And sometimes I think we lose our faith, our faith in humanity, our faith in God, our faith in spirit, our faith in ourselves. Yeah. So I wanted to create a space here to honor our resilience, to honor the quiet peace that resides within, to honor spirit and the spirit that we are. This is something we all need to remember every day. And spirit is loving and oneness. It is never separate. It is never alone. And it is never isolated. And I keep saying it, but spirit isn't us. It's not these human bodies that are atoms and molecules. It's the spirit that animates our bodies and keeps us alive and keeps us. Our spirit keeps us resilient. Our spirit keeps us at peace when we connect with it. It's when we're out in that 3D world and we make more real what's in the 3D world than what is within us. That's where we get caught up. We get caught up in the illusions of the world, the power of the world, that feeling of we're up against a wall, we can't do anything about it. So that's one of the inspirations that I was kind of pondering and meditating on and looking at clairvoyantly as it goes. Oh, and by the way, that beautiful emerald vibration and the vibration of the emerald isle, it's like a spring ritual, but it vibrates deep within us as well. And I thought, what the heck? What a beautiful energy and quality of energy to run through us so that we can connect with our own strength, our own peace, our own resilience, and really turn our attention within so that we have our own clarity as we move through the world. There's a lot of false prophets, false spiritual leaders. But when we turn our attention within, we're no longer caught up in the ego of the world, the power of the world. Something to think about. Yeah. So give yourselves a breath. This is so good. And I see there's actually a lot of you popping on. So welcome, welcome. Love having you here. Hopefully you've enjoyed what we've been talking about so far. We're gonna continue on this on this journey today and make it very magical, because who doesn't want shamrocks and pots of gold and lots of good luck and all of those things as we move through kind of the rest of this. But just to remind you, for those of you who are just popping on, my name is Debbie Tatel and I am with spiritlightinsight.com. I do readings, I do mentoring. You can go to my website at spiritlightinsight.com, go to booking, and I do have readings available. Would love to hear from you and work with you. I also have free guided meditations. I don't really promote that too much, but if you're interested, I have free guided meditations on a page, as well as I am hoping to resurrect and bring back, resurrect work. It's almost Easter, or at least our Easter, Greek Orthodox Easter is in a month. But we're going to be going into that space as well. And you're welcome. You're welcome, Janet. I'm not sure which part I said, but you're welcome. I hate this delay. I need to contact the company and find out why I'm getting such a delay, because I would love to have the comments like right when I get them. But we all need a little bit of magic and connect with ourselves. Yeah. So that's all that is happening. So yes, but you are all welcome, and I am thrilled that you're here. So this is going to be a super special meditation filled with the magical energy of Emerald Isle and shamrocks. So it might be a little bit early, but we'll end early. It's St. Patrick's weekend. I love when it's short and sweet. Actually, I didn't want to go super, super long today. I wanted magic to grow and to come from this space as we wrap up our energy and wrap up our week for our TGIF resets. So give yourselves a breath and just be seated with your back straight. Maybe put a pillow behind your back. Just be seated with your feet on the floor in a way that supports your spine and allows you to relax completely. Go ahead and close your eyes and begin to turn your attention inward. See how you're doing today. Check in with yourself. See, when was the last time you checked in with yourself? If you know how to run energy, maybe you checked in with yourself. Maybe you've been doing it all day. Some folks here might have not checked in with themselves in a while. So just check in wherever you are. Check in with yourself. See how you're doing. And don't even worry about fixing or changing anything. Just check in with yourself. And breathe into those places if you're feeling uncomfortable. Give yourself a few deep breaths and just inhale some new, fresh energy and allow it to dissolve any stress or tension. And then go ahead and exhale and just let all that tension go. And do that a few times. And just keep your awareness about you, maybe in the room where you are. And especially if you know how to run energy, you can go ahead and just start that process right now as I get everybody set. Oh, that's helpful. Thank you to those of you who are grounding and running your energy. There's a lot of unconscious energy in the world, and especially on a St. Patrick's weekend where there might be pub crawls and parades and lots of attention with people outside of their own self, their own connection. But say hello to yourself as the spirit that you are. And for starters, I'm going to actually have you start with a beautiful gold sun. And why don't you call back all your energy from the week? Any energy you left in problems that you were solving or helping others. There's nothing wrong with helping others, but you want to call your energy back from doing that. And so just call back your energy into this gold sun, your life force. wherever you might have left it, and just let whatever thoughts you have just be there. And then I'd like you to just bring that gold sun in through the top of your head and let it fill you up from top to bottom and bottom to top with that life force that you might have given away. And then just notice, has that started to calm down your body and your space? And just decide to be right here and now. Call your energy back from the past and the future. And then say hello to the base of your spine at the tip of your tailbone where that first chakra is. That's an energy center. And then imagine a connection that goes from that tip of the tailbone all the way into the center of the earth, and thunk grows roots there. I like to imagine a hollow tree. The reason it's hollow is because it gives space for there to be a flow of energy that we can just let go of what's not ours, let go of what no longer serves us. So connect that first chakra to the center of the earth and then breathe and release. And you can even begin to see a flow of energy down that grounding cord, like a beautiful waterfall. And just let everything go that you've become responsible for. And just let it go all the way to the center of the earth where it gets recycled and goes back to wherever it came from. Feel and experience the consciousness of your grounding cord in the present moment. Say hello to the consciousness of Mother Earth and our beautiful planet, without a concern for any kind of carbon emissions or gases or anything like that. Just say hello to the beautiful planet as she is, shining her light. Now say hello to the area behind your eyes in the center of your head, the place where you're in charge, your spiritual sanctuary of sorts. You can make it a room or a space outside, but give yourself a breath and just be seated in the center of your awareness, in the center of your head. And give yourself a breath. And just really own that space in the center of your head. And now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to connect with and find your inner landscape, your emerald isle. And you don't have to know about what it looks like. You can just imagine it as you wish it to be. So give yourself a breath. And in the center of your head, imagine that you're standing on a hilltop overlooking a lush green valley. Notice the different colors. Notice the flora and the fauna and the landscape itself. Imagine this is your own personal emerald isle in the center of your head, a place of peace and tranquility. Take a moment to appreciate the beauty around you. Notice the vibrant green grass, the wildflowers blooming in all their colors. Maybe there's a babbling brook. Maybe you can hear that flow. Notice the clear blue sky above. And notice how quiet and peaceful it is. Listen to the sounds of nature, the gentle breeze rustling the leaves or the plants, the birds singing. Get a sense of the smell of the place. Is it fresh? Is it moist like moss? And from that center of head, begin to feel that sense of strength and resilience welling up within you, like St. Patrick himself facing adversity, that you just let that strength and resilience bubble up and know that you have that within you. Give yourself a breath and notice what that feels like to have that sense of peace, knowing that you have strength and you have courage. Let that just bubble up with you, within you. As you experience this sense of peace out in front of you, I'd like you to see a shamrock. And yours could have 3 leaves or 4, lucky 4. But a shamrock has 3 leaves. It's a symbol of Ireland and good luck. And just imagine that shamrock growing right under your feet. Notice your feet in the earth as you're experiencing the growth of the shamrock. Consider the stem of the shamrock resilience. And the 3 leaves represent strength and peace and love. And see yourself connected with that shamrock. Imagine another shamrock out in front of you that also represents hope and faith and spirit. Think about what brings you good fortune in your life. What's your lucky shamrock? What's your lucky stuff? It could be your loved ones. It could be your health, your creativity, or it could simply be the beauty of the world that you created around you, the world that you are in the middle of. Give yourself a few deep breaths and just notice that that grounding cord is actually working for you, removing anything that you would like to let go of. You let it flow right out from you as you begin to focus on those things of gratitude, those pieces in your life that are joyful and filled with luck. Take a few deep breaths, or actually, I should say, give yourself a few deep breaths and allow the feelings of peace and strength and gratitude, allow that to really settle within you. I'd like you to take that second shamrock that's been out in front, and I want you to just give that right to your heart. even as you are feeling the growth of the other shamrock underneath your feet. Now, out in front of you, visualize a beautiful 3-leaf clover. And this one, I'd like you to see it glowing with a beautiful, deep emerald light, shimmering, shining, filled with magic. Imagine this beautiful light represents your inner peace and your resilience and strength. And now imagine that shamrock that you see in all of its shimmery emerald glory, bring that right into your heart and begin to feel its energy fill you and radiate throughout your whole body, that beautiful emerald light. Let it begin to radiate outward, even through your skin. Imagine a warm emerald light emanating from your heart center. And let this light represent the joy and kindness and hope you bring to the world. Give yourselves a breath. Feel this light expanding and filling your entire being and radiating outward into your aura, into your energy field, and then even out into the world itself. You can see that emerald light reaching out from you, connecting with the loved ones in your life, your family, your friends, your community, and the world at large. Let yourself experience a sense of unity and shared joy. And give yourself a moment to take note of how you're feeling right now and how this experience has shifted your energy. And gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Just breathe and release. Breathe in, breathe out. Let yourself integrate the feelings of peace and strength and connection as you remind yourself that whatever you're going through, whatever the world's going through, this too shall pass. Feel that sense of peace. And you can even put your hand on your heart for a moment and just say hello to that beautiful emerald green energy. Now I'd like you to visualize that gold sun, that beautiful gold sun above your head, filled with life and enthusiasm. And I'd like you to call back your energy and attention into that gold sun above your head. And call back your life force energy. If you gave it away or if you went into that whole space that we just created on the Emerald Isle, you can come back from that space and be right in the center of your head. Just let that gold sun fill up with energy and some qualities that you would like to have. Would you like some joy? Would you like more peace? What would you like to manifest in this world? Then go ahead and bring that gold sun in through the top of your head and just fill up your whole space, your whole physical body, all of the systems in your body, your bones, even your bloodstream and the atoms and molecules and all the jiggly parts. And just really fill up with that energy, that golden light. And feel yourself at peace with yourself, at peace with the world. When we're all caught up and our energy's outside of us, we don't have any peace. But we certainly can bring it on in and find that peace, connect with that peace. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and breathe and bring your awareness back to the room. And imagine that you're carrying the spirit of your emerald isle back with you. And that you can carry it with you throughout your day, throughout your week, throughout your weekend. So bring that emerald isle, that emerald energy back to you. And then slowly just kind of pat your legs and your arms. And gently, when you feel ready, open your eyes and just look around your room and kind of come back. Ooh, and say hello to yourself as the spirit that you are in this body. Well, everyone did great in their meditation, and I can see that it shifted a lot of energy throughout. I know that it felt completely different to me here in this space. So I want to thank you and congratulate each and every one of you who participated and who stuck with this, because it was just beautiful. I love that emerald energy. You're welcome, Angela. You are very welcome. What did you think of that emerald energy? What did you all experience having your own kind of emerald isle in your head? Because we can be anywhere as spirits. Our bodies exist in the here and now, and when we're seated in the center of our head, we can have that vision and have that space to be anywhere. But I just love that green energy. Sometimes I know we do the gold suns a lot, but we can do all kinds of different things with all kinds of different energies. Yeah, we can, for different kinds of healings. When I do healings, and for people, it's generally with gold, but sometimes we need to all experience different energies just to clear those vibrations. Well, Janet's saying, thank you, very peaceful. Well, you're absolutely welcome. Thank you for being here. I love that green. I don't know what it is about that particular green, but that is really one of my jams right now. So, well, my gosh, we're coming up to the end of our wrap up. I don't have any classes coming up right this second, but I will be popping up some workshops relatively soon, and I hope you all keep your eyes open for when I do those. But to wrap up our wrap up, and I'm just going to take a quick sip because I don't want to cough on y'all. Wrapping up our wrap up, I'd like you to think about how you can carry the spirit of peace and strength and lucky charms and pot of gold and all of those, whatever you found in your meditation. How can you carry that forth, whatever? I can't speak anymore. How can you carry that forward in your daily life? Because it's so important that we don't just, yes, we do it here. Share the video. In fact, if you like this video, please do like the video, subscribe to the video, just smash that subscribe button and join us every Friday, and share with your friends, because the more we can do that, the more we keep continuing to grow this body of light, this community of light that we are, this oneness. So how can we, each of us, share peace with others? That is one of the questions. I know that we all want to do it, and it is not impossible, because we are resilient and we have hope and faith and peace, and we have inner strength more than we know, more than we imagine. And even more so, we find deep meaning in connecting with ourselves, connecting with others. So I'm so grateful for all of you being here on this particular, oh yay, we're getting shamrocks. Everybody send some shamrocks. May the luck of the Irish. I have a beautiful prayer. I'll have to find it and post it on social media, because I did not do it here. But I have some wonderful Irish prayers that I just love. But definitely see and know your resilience. Give yourself space for peace and joy and connection with spirit. Yeah. So thanks so much for being here and joining me every Friday, or even if you pop in periodically or you're watching this later. Thank you all for being here and watching till the end. Readings and healings are always available. My schedule is filling up. Angela loves the Irish blessing. Yeah, I wish I'd brought it. I didn't grab it until I started. When I started the show, I was like, oh, I meant to grab the Irish blessing, and I don't know it by heart, but it's just beautiful. If you're curious to learn about, kind of what I do, what I offer, just hit me up wherever you are. Leave a message on YouTube, leave a message on socials. I am here. But for now, happy Friday. Happy St. Patrick's weekend. Enjoy your new energy space. And always remember to keep your spirit light in sight and shine your light for the world to see. Thank you all for being here. Happy St. Patrick's Day. See you next week.